everyone, thanks for tuning in to BindOnEpic. My name's Chrno and today is my birthday. So if you guys don't know, last week I posted a video asking people to ask me questions that they wanted answered for a Q&A video that I'm doing in celebration of both my birthday and gaining 300 subscribers. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video to see if your question was answered. And yeah. So I've got my computer here, another computer here. It's a Mac, I hate it. And I'm just gonna be answering questions. Yeah. So the first question is, seeing as you have a Pokemon poster in the back, how do you feel about X and Y and the new Mega Evolutions? Now, I don't personally own a 3DS because when the 3DS came out, I was like, the lineup isn't really that great. There's no reason for me to really buy this. I'm doing other things. I'm playing World of Warcraft, I'm playing League of Legends. I don't need it. And now that X and Y has been announced, it's coming out, what, October 12th? I'm just like, why don't I have one? Because I'm actually super excited for X and Y. Not so much like the Pokemon, because like some of them are really weird, like that sword thing, like it, just no. But I mean, I always use the same party. I just kind of trade up eggs into like my new games, so I never really worry about having to deal with a new Pokemon. But I think Mega Evolutions is actually a really cool feature in X and Y that I'm super excited for, because we basically had the same exact battle system since the first Pokemon game like ever came out, period. Nothing has really changed about it. I mean, like you had like the introduction of double battles and triple battles, but it's all generally been the same. And having these Mega Evolutions is basically like Pokemon going freaking Super Saiyan or digivolving or something, and they're not permanent, but it adds a layer of depth to the battle system that's already in place, because you can have a Charizard and you just need that little boost to get the edge on your opponent, and that little boost is in the form of Mega Evolutions, and I think that's a really cool feature. Now, I got a couple questions asking about anime. I do actually watch anime. I went through probably like freshman and sophomore year of high school. I went through a huge anime phase where all I watched was anime, like all the time. I have not seen the anime Code Geass, if that's how you pronounce it. But I will add that on my list. If you say it's good, I will add it on my list of things to do before I graduate from college. I've seen like your typical like Death Note and Soul Eater and Chobits, and I've actually seen like, I would actually like delve into like the anime world to find like animes that weren't exactly like popular, but like they were really good. That's actually where my name comes from, Chrno. Chrno Mew is actually from two different animes. Both are not very popular, but both are very good. Chrono Crusade is my favorite anime of all time, and that's where I get Chrono from. And then Mew is off of a character from the anime called Psychic Academy, and I loved her. I loved her character. So that became my gamer tag. If you could battle anyone to the death, who would it be? Now, I thought about this one like long and hard, because like I could think of so many like epic fucking battles in my head, and I finally like settled on Sephiroth. Why Sephiroth? Because Sephiroth, I mean, he comes up like so much in like so many like the games that I've played, like those memories of playing Final Fantasy VII and just getting to that point in the game where you can finally get revenge on Sephiroth for killing Aeris, and just the epic orchestration, and then watching Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, that movie, that orchestration with this epic guitar, and then playing Kingdom Hearts and being Sora and fighting Sephiroth once you got to end game, and that epic music. Like, if I had to fight anyone to the death, it would be Sephiroth. Are you getting the PS4 or the Xbox One? Now, I typically do not get consoles right away, just because there's always like a better version that comes out like a year after, and plus it gives me time to save up money and for like new, like better launch, like better titles to come out, because like sometimes the launch titles aren't like fantastic, so like it allows me more option with the titles I want to get. So I won't be getting it right away, but I do intend on getting the PlayStation 4, because I mean, I grew up with PlayStation. So I mean, I like Xbox for like first person shooters because I prefer the controller, but I've always preferred the games that were always on the PlayStation. Like Final Fantasy used to be on PlayStation. Like 13 was the first Final Fantasy game on Xbox. So, and then Spyro for the PlayStation 1, Crash Bandicoot, like those games like sat in my heart. They were a big part of my childhood. So I just prefer PlayStation just because it's just something I grew up with, and it's just always, I will always be a Sony girl. I think your hair is awesome. Thanks, bro. Why pink though? Well, before I did like blonde and pink highlights because I was kind of nervous to do my whole hair, but then I was just like, fuck it, and I chose pink just because I mean I liked how it looked on me because like I'm brown, like I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican and Italian. So, like, I always had that mentality that, like, I couldn't, like, pull off, like, certain hair colors or certain makeups. I don't wear makeup because I just can't figure it out. But, like, I always had that mentality that I could not do certain things just because I was brown. And brown doesn't really match with everything as well as white does. But I actually really liked how the pink looked on me, and then I just mixed in, like, the blue. Because I like the blue, I like the contrast and, like, the bright colors. So that's why I chose pink. Do you play any fighters like Tekken or Street Fighter, etc.? It's actually a funny story because it ties into somebody's other question, which, what was the first game you played, I believe? I think that's what it was. Yeah, what was the first game you played? Did you like it? Game on. Okay. That ties into, do you play any fighters? Because the first game I ever played, I was very, very little. I had to be like 3 years old. The first game I ever played was Mortal Kombat. I'm too young to remember which one. I just know that my dad had it, and I think I was getting babysitted by like my aunt or something, and she let me play it, and I was really little, and I think my dad came home and like yelled at her for like letting me play the game because like it's a violent video game. But Mortal Kombat was actually the first game I ever played. And of course, I loved it. I loved Mortal Kombat, and so I would play Mortal Kombat with like my god brothers because they would always get like new ones whenever they came out. So I've been playing Mortal Kombat for like my entire life. I haven't really played some of the new ones so much, but definitely like pretty much every one that came out on PlayStation 2 I played. Hey, somebody asked me how old am I going to be? I don't know if I've already said this, but I turn 18 today. Do you like Battlefield 4? I believe that's what BF4 means. Pretty sure. It could mean anything. It could mean like butt farts 4. I'm gonna have to edit that out because that was really weird. But as for like the Battlefield games, I haven't really gotten into them because I'm more of an RPG person than a first-person shooter person, so it's just kind of like the general genre that I play. So I never really, I didn't really get into it, but I mean, if it's really good, then, I mean, it's always worth a shot. I'm willing to try any game if someone says it's well worth playing. Will you be getting Diablo 3? Now this is a toughie for me because I want Diablo 3 so bad. I am a huge Blizzard fangirl. I love the games Blizzard puts out. I think I do put a lot of work into them, and I think they're very good quality games. As for getting Diablo 3, I don't have like a consistent PC right now, so I've never I didn't get it on PC. Not to mention, oh, it was weird. Something weird happened to me. Bodily functions. Not to mention, in my dorm room, I don't really, the Ethernet port in my dorm room isn't really working, and the Wi-Fi in the dorm isn't, good enough to connect to. So I'm kind of on the fence on, buying it, because I'm pretty sure Diablo 3 is, an always-on line game. So I would need the internet to play it, and right now I don't have consistent enough internet to, make Diablo 3 well worth the buy. What class are you in college for, if you're in college? I am in college. I'm a freshman in college. I'm going, if by classes you mean a major, I am going into mechanical engineering right now, but I'm probably going to switch what engineering I'm going into, once I explore the various engineering options and what kind of jobs they end up with. I really love math and sciences. I'm a big math science geek, so I wanted to do some form of engineering. I'm in calculus and intro to equation solving software at the moment, so I'm taking the general engineering classes and waiting to figure out which engineering I want to permanently be in. Happy birthday! Also, what is your favorite genre of video game? Follow-up question, what is your favorite type of music? My favorite genre of video game, if I haven't mentioned it before, is the role-playing game. Now, I have been playing role-playing games since I was like little. Like, games that really stuck with me growing up were the games that you could get, that you could immerse yourself in, that you could spend hours in the game. I didn't like games that like you could beat in a day. I liked the challenge. I liked working towards something. I liked the openness of the RPG genre, and I like how you could spend hours and hours and hours and hours in those games. So, favorite games in the genre include the Final Fantasy series, specifically 7 and 10 and 4. Those like 3 are like my big favorites. And favorite type of music? I have to say is like I'm all over the place with music. If a song is good, if I think it's good, then I'll listen to it regardless of the genre. But I probably like the most songs from like the classic rock genre. I'm a big classic rock fan. Like there's no specific classic rock band that I know all of their music and I listen to all their music. Well, except for the Beatles. But like, I just like more songs in that genre than probably any other genre. But my favorite group is actually a group named Silverstein, and they're an alternative, like underground kind of band. So yeah. So when did you decide to make your hair awesome, and what is your original color? My original color is, I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna get really close to the camera. It's a very like dark, almost black brown. So it's actually very, very dark, and I decided to make my hair awesome probably sometime in February of this year. So this is my first year with my colorful bright hair. When did you start your YouTube channel or start uploading videos? Now this, I believe I started uploading probably like early March maybe, but as for like quality wise, I don't consider my channel to really be like of a decent quality until probably when I put out my video Girl Gamers, because like at that point I decided on like what kind of channel I wanted to be. I wanted to do like general video game discussions about like different like video gaming controversies and topics, and then I wanted to do like different gameplay videos. So sometime in early March, but I didn't really get off the ground until my video Girl Gamers. What is your real name and what do you play more, PS3 or Xbox 360? My real name is Nyasia. It's like NY continent of Asia. And as for what do I play more, Xbox or PS3, I play more PS3. Play GTA 5 with us? Once I get my internet figured out, totally I would play GTA 5 with you guys. Why don't you watch Doctor Who? Either you know me IRL or like you're a fucking mind reader. Like, okay, my family doesn't have cable. I don't know if Doctor Who's on like cable, but like I've never had like cable. And I don't really watch TV or anything because I'm too busy playing video games. So I never got into Doctor Who, but I hear it's amazing and I hear that I should get into it. So it's like on my list of things to do before I finish college. What are the main types of games you're going to do for your channels, and can you play the BioShock series, please? The main types of games I'm gonna do is probably just like games that really like stuck out for me, probably like my favorite games, or like games that you guys like really say that I should play, that I'll do gameplay videos on. Preferably they have to be on like PlayStation 3 because that's what I have right now. The only problem is that I have to get a capture card, and I've never I don't have any experience with that right now. So like if you guys know of any like good quality but like decent price capture cards, leave me a comment in the sections below, because that would really help me out, because I'm trying to I'm searching through Amazon and I'm searching on bestbuy.com, and like I don't know which ones are like good and which ones are not good and which ones I would need for PlayStation 3 and which ones are better suited for other things. So if you guys know all of that, please help me out. And can I play the BioShock series? I can totally play the BioShock series. I can do that. Once I get like everything situated with the recording equipment, I'll do it. How did you get started in gaming? I just grew up with it. It's just been something that's always been like around. My dad played video games, so I would play them from like a very early age. I used to hang out with my godbrothers a lot. They played video games, so I played video games, and it's just something that I just fell in love with. So I stuck with it. Like I enjoy the immersive experience. And was there a particular game that sparked your interest? This one's a tough one because I started gaming from such a young age that I can't remember what game entirely hooked me to gaming, because I think I was just hooked from the very beginning. There are so many great games that just kept me on the gaming path. Just so many fantastic titles. So I'm thinking of maybe like doing a video about it. Like doing a video, just kind of like a general video about what games really like drove me. Like my top 10 favorite games of all time. I think that'll be a video down the road. And there was one more that I thought was so good. This was by Steve Johnson 5 days ago. I thought this question was awesome. So awesome that it cannot be contained in the confines of this video. Can consoles really compete with PCs? I thought that question was so good that I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a whole full-fledged video on that, and you guys can expect that next week. So, yeah. And the very last question, how do you like your freaking eggs? I like my eggs with cheese on top of a bagel. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to me. Thank you for believing in me. Let's get me to 500. Share me with your friends. Tell your grandma about me. Just get me out there because I want to make this happen. I'm sure you guys want to make this happen. I want to make this happen. Let's do it. So, like this video and subscribe to me if you haven't already. You guys can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you guys next time.